tested. We bring in all the answers you requested. You guessed it, it's unrested. Teaching street Japanese lessons.
Hey guys, back again. Sorry these videos are coming so late. I'm actually getting them out a lot slower than what I expected, but man, work is killing me recently. Got some vacation coming up again. I get a lot of vacation being this type of teacher that I am. So I hope to start getting these to you a little bit quicker. Next week I'll actually be out in Okinawa. That's right. I'm going out to Okinawa, and I hope to make quite a few specials on Okinawa to show you how much different Okinawa is from the rest of Japan. I think you'll be really surprised to see how much different Okinawa is. Okay, so let's just go ahead and hit some questions real quick. I got a great one that I really wonder why no one ever asked before. I never even thought of before, and it's by who's this user's name? Big If and Yellow Card, all one word put together in capitals. Thank you for this question. It says, as a foreigner, okay, as a gaijin, when you meet someone, such as, the first time you meet a shacho, such as a boss of a place, or maybe if you're working at a school like the Kocho sensei or Kyoto sensei, who are the principal or vice principal, who are obviously your superior and boss, do you bow to them or do you shake hands? Good question. Well, I'm sure some of you have probably read up a little bit on manners and etiquette in Japan, and if you've read anything at all, you know that within the manners that are expected in business, usually someone lower on the ladder is going to bow deeper in front of someone who is higher up than them. So both people will bow to each other, but the one who's a lower rank will actually come lower. Okay? As a gaijin, you're not really expected to do this. Now, I'm saying this within the realm of being an English teacher. Now, if you're working for a Japanese firm, okay, if you happen to be someone who speaks fluent Japanese and you get a job at a Japanese firm, you're probably going to have to abide by these rules. But guess what? If you're speaking fluent Japanese, you probably know what to do, okay? But in our case, those of you who are going to come over here and maybe just visit for a little bit, go on a little tour, or just work as a teacher, like an English teacher like myself, you're not really always expected to do this, but it is nice to do. If you notice the other person make the attempt first to bow, go ahead and bow back. Don't worry so much about bowing lower or worrying about who's your superior. They'll just be happy that you acknowledged it, okay? They don't expect you to follow every single one of the rules, as they know this is not a custom in your country. Now, if they go to shake your hand before bowing, go to shake their hand, okay? You can even put your own hand out to shake and they won't feel uncomfortable. They know this is more common in Western countries. They're not going to be freaked out. It's not like they've never seen an American movie or seen any kind of American experience ever before in their life, or any kind of Western country experience. But there will be times, and I've had this happen many a times, where they go to bow, but at the same time they go to shake your hand, and you don't know what to do, and you might even end up in this hand, about to handshake, about to bow, limbo, where you keep, like, you're trying to get around each other, you don't know which one to do, and eventually you got to choose one. Yeah, it does happen where both people get confused as to what the other one wants to do to acknowledge each other's presence. But I would say, if the other person makes a move first, follow through with what they do, okay? If they make no move at all, don't feel uncomfortable about going to shake a hand, okay? No one's going to be freaked out by that. Good question. Okay, my next question concerns something I talked about in the last video, and that's kanji again, okay? Kanji comes up quite a bit, and I get quite a few emails about kanji. And again, after I made that video, I had quite a few people send me emails saying, Scott, come on, tell me, do I really need to know kanji? I mean, is it absolutely necessary that I'm 100% literate and able to read? Yeah, it's gonna help, trust me. Okay, some people write to me and say, hey Scott, I don't think it's that important because right now I'm studying these books and I'm learning just fine and they're in Romaji. Even some of the books, Scott, that you've shown me, they have not only the kanji but the Romaji as well. So can't I just keep studying the Romaji and be fine with that? Okay, here's a problem you're going to run into. Just like the English language, some words, although they sound the same, mean something totally different. Okay? Let me give you a few examples. Hachi. Hachi. How many of you have learned Hachi? Okay? Have you learned your numbers yet? Hachi. 8, right? Yeah, Hachi means 8. Okay? If we were going to say it in Romaji, we'd be Hachi. Hachi. Okay? 8. Well, guess what else is spelled exactly the same way if you're just going to go by Romaji? Hachi is also a bee. That's right, a bumblebee. And it's also a bowl. Yes, which you would eat food out of, a bowl. Okay? And they're all spelled the same if we're talking about Romaji. But the kanji for each one is absolutely and totally different. Now, you see what I'm talking about here? Let's take another one for example. And here's a big word, okay? Chusei. Okay? I'm probably a little bit off on my pronunciation on that. And yeah, you can go ahead and call me out on it, but I've already said it, so there. Chusei. Okay? Chusei. First meaning I ever learned for chusei was neutral or neuter. Okay? And then I found out it also means medieval times. Yeah. How different are those words? Okay? Once again, two totally different kanji. And they each have two kanji to them too. So, are you starting to see what I'm talking about here? Romaji, hiragana, or furigana is not going to cut it for you. Okay? You're not going to be able to get by on that. It's okay to start out with that stuff because you have to start somewhere. If you are just starting and you're memorizing all the hiragana and katakana, awesome, great, you are on the right track. Okay? If you're starting to learn some terms to start with and only Romaji, good, that's fine, that's great. Learn your most basic sentences. Watashi wa nani nani desu, okay? Boku wa nani nani desu. Learn those in the most basic Romaji possible. But after you're done with those basic terms, after you're done asking nani nani doko desu ka, okay, then it's time to move on to kanji, okay? Start learning that afterwards, or you're going to just start mixing your words up, or people are going to be totally confused with what you're saying, okay? Or you're going to be totally confused with what you're reading, okay? If you have any dreams of reading manga when you come out here, or even a small article, or even watching subtitles on movies or the TV, you need to learn kanji. Okay, that's enough for this FAQ. Right now, I'm in the works of making, and this is taking a lot of research, I'm making a whole FAQ on suicide in Japan. So this is going to take a while for me to put together, so that's why I've been kind of out of service for a little while here. But I'm going to come back with a really, really interesting FAQ, probably a 2-part series or more about suicide in Japan. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you on the next FAQ.